Hello, good morning everyone. Myself Dr. Mohit Srivastava, Professor, Department of EC, Chandigarh Engineering College. So today we will going to discuss analog and digital communication system. And today's topic of discussion is basics of communication system as well as the modulation. So first start with the basics of communication. So before starting that basics of electronic communication, first we have to discuss that what do you mean by communication? So communication is not a new topic. It is that communication we are using from long days ago, or we can say whenever that human started in our earth, from there we are using a communication. So basically the meaning of communication is that one, it is a exchange or sharing of information from source to destination. So in another way that information can be shared in different manner like that one we can the sharing of information means just what a source, what a person wish to communicate, that will be communicated to the destination, and the destination must understand what the message source communicated. So the basic way of communication is here mentioned, it is few, or that one, that is we can communicate in the form of words, like that one we can communicate with any type of words, like that one sit down, stand up, moving, up, down, etc. anything, or we can say that like that one names. So it means whenever we are just pronouncing that particular word, then receiver will receive and understand what is the meaning of that. The another way is that one by generating a sound, like that one we have a different type of sounds we are hearing different way, like that one that siren, we are hearing that bell sounds, we are hearing that sounds of different animals, birds, etc. So these are again we can say information of through communication through sounds. The another way is that we can communicate on the basis of different signs, or we can say symbols. Like that one we can say in as we are moving from one location to another location, we are traveling by road, then we are found there is number of signboards near or we can say that on the road. Like that one simply we can say there is a lights, so red light, green light, yellow light, they are representing that where we have to go, where we have to wait, and where we have to stop. So these are different things. Again that we have a different type of symbols, like that one are symbols of hospitals, symbols of petrol pumps, symbols of restaurant, etc. We are getting these are in the form of different symbols. Like that one we know the symbols of McDonald's. So this is also one symbol. By just seeing that symbol of McDonald's, we know here the restaurant McDonald's is. The another form is behavior, means simply that without producing any sign, any symbols, just on the behavior, on the expression of our face, our eye, or we can say on the behavior of our body, we can also communicate, and in that manner the receiver can understand what is. Like that one, if our face is in a laughing mode, then the listener, or we can say receiver, understand that he is in funny mood. If we are in in different mode, our expressions are different. So these are the basically we can say different communication messages. Now if we say in form of basic communication systems, then the communications have basically we can divide it into 5 different blocks, and these blocks are, here it is represented information source, then it is a transmitter, then medium or channel, then goes to the receiver, and then it is a destination. So if we say here, as I am telling you, related to simple communication, I am not using any electronics, so just simple communication. It means, let us assume right now I am delivering a lecture. So in that time, what is the information source? It means the source from which I am getting the idea. It means right now the information source is my mind. So mind is the source from where we are getting the idea. Now, what is the transmitter from which we are transmitting? So here we can say whatever I am getting in my mind, we have to transmit. So if I am transmitting it on the form of sound, on the form of words, then it means for that purpose it is required that we have to transmit with our vocal system. So it means at that time, if we are transmitting as a word, then our vocal system is a transmitter. Now it is going to the receiver. Now receiver is simply, we can say, you audience, you all are receivers. How you are receiving? Whatever I am transmitting, then it is compulsory that you have to receive. But how you have to receive? So for receiving, it is required that what I am transmitting, what is the information is transmitted, that will reach to you. So for that purpose, it is required there is some channel. So whenever we are transmitting, then for that our channel, our medium is air. So in that system, the sound is traveling from my vocal system and it will move to you, to your ears. So this is that the air here, it is represents the medium. Now at the receiver, if you are heard, then it means you are receiving the signal. Whatever I am transmitting, then you know it is a receiver, you are receiving. But here the communication is not completed. Let us assume I am sending any communication, you received, you heard it, but you have not understood, you have not followed this one. Then it means we have to reach only the receiver. Now from that receiver, it goes to the destination. So what is our destination? In that case, if we heard it with our ear and will ignore it, then it means it is not completely communication. So when it is completed, whatever we have received, we have to understand in our mind, then we can say it is a proper communication. Proper communication means whatever we have transmitted, it moves, it transmitted through our vocal system, travel with our ear, then received on the listeners through ear, and then they have to understand, then it is a proper communication. Now another part is that one, in these 5 blocks, these are the main 5 communication blocks. If any block is failed to work properly, then we can say our communication failed. If any of these blocks is failed, then we can say our communication is failed. Like that one. If just as a layman, if I wish to explain it, let us assume that we people, we are watching any movie, like that one, we are watching a South Indian movie and we don't know that the Telugu or Malayalam, we don't know. And that time, that movie is very good. So whatever information is transmitted, now we can say information is here. What is our information? This is a movie we are watching. It is transmitted. It means whatever they are, dialogue, songs, etc. All these things is transmitted. It is move with our TV system. We are watching. We are watching our eye. We are watching through our eye, as well as we are also heard whatever they are sending the dialogue. But as we don't know that anything related to any South Indian language, so we are not able to understand what the dialogue they say. So that means that at the destination part, it is not completed. Here at the destination part, this one is not completed. So it means what is there? Here we can say our communication is not completed. Communication is failed. So this is one example. Like that one, we can and another part is that one. We can correlate any example of the word. We can take anything and correlate with the communication. Like that one, if we take that flow of river. How can we take? Here information source, how the river will be generated. So we know that for the generation there is a requirement of water, and water is generated. How we can say it is going to be generated? First there should be a requirement of glacier. So how glacier becomes? So for that one it is required there must be a snowfall. So whenever there is a snowfall, then there is a source, it means glacier is there. Now glacier, if glacier is melting, then it means it is going to transmit. So glacier is melting, then we can say it is going to transmit. And after transmitter, whatever it that there is a water, and then it flowing, we know that at the end of river it mixes with the sea. But how it will move? Now water is moving through sea, it is required there is some channel. So here the channel is our river. By river, water is moving from glacier and then moving to the sea. So receiver is our sea, wherever at which part the water is, the river falls in the sea. This is our receiver. But after that, whenever receiver receives the water and mix it, then we can say there is a communication. If water is not mixed, if sea, what will do? It will, if it that sea separate the waters of river and its own, then we can say there is no communication. So because sea receives the water, mix it together, so it means the proper communication is there. So this is a basic of communications. So I think you people very clearly understand what is the basics of communication. Now I will move for the next. Nowadays we can say example of communication. So as mentioned here, we know lot of examples. We can communicate with our communication like that one. How we are communicating? We are sending information through email, voice mail, smartphone, telecommunication. We can communicate with video conferencing. Nowadays we are taking that your lectures are going in that through virtual mode. So video technology, telephone, mobile phone, then global positioning system, GPS, all these things are, we can say, all the example of communication system. So here our communication is again categorized in different manner. How we can say like that one? If the communication is only one way, it means only source is able to send the information, then the communication is only one way, and that type of communication is called as simplex. This is a one directional communication. Well, like that one, your radio, your television, these are the communication of category simplex. It means in that system only source can transmit the information. We can watch TV, we can listen the music or program through our radio system, but we are not able to recommunicate it. So this is an example of simplex. However, if we are able to communicate in both the sides, then it comes in a category of half duplex. Half duplex, how we can say? It is duplex. Duplex means we can communicate both the sides, but it is a half duplex. It means here there is a time constant. Means at a time only one can communicate. So what is the example for this one? If we can say, then you know that we have a fax machine, we have a walkie-talkie. You know that there is a security guard, they have a walkie-talkie. So whenever they wish to communicate, they just send the message one side, and after sending the message they tell that over. So over, it means that from one side the message is over, now second can send. So this is a half duplex, when we can both can send, but there should be a time constant. At a time only one can send. The another modified version is the full duplex. The first one is half duplex and this one is the full duplex. It means from both sides we can communicate, and the communication, in that communication there is no time constant. Means at the same time both receiver and sender can communicate. This is a half duplex, like that your mobile phone. This is simply, we can say, a full duplex transmission system. Okay, so I think up to now it is clear. Now I will move that whenever we are transmitting, we are sending information, then at that time we can say information is transmitting, message is communicating. But as you are well that whenever you are listening any radio, you are watching some movies on television system, or sometimes you are receiving mobile phone, you are communicating through mobile phone, then we found during communication sometimes we observe there is some disturbance. So that disturbance is called as noise, or we can say interference in a communication system. Noise can be interfere in any of the 5 blocks. Here the 5 block is same, whatever we have already discussed. Means noise can interrupt in any of the 5 blocks, but here I have mentioned it is directly to transmission or medium. Means the major disturbance in the transmission medium or channel. Whenever it is going to be transmitted, let us assume I am delivering, you are listening, but if there is noise, like that one, noise of fan, noise occurs due to any other disturbance, then it means that comes and interfere in a medium, then it is a noise. However, we can say what type of noise in information source, means what I am going to deliver, I forget. In my mind, we are not getting that the idea. Then it means there is a noise information transmitter. If sometimes my vocal is not able to produce the sign word, then there is interruption is transmitter. Similarly, it travels, comes to your ear, but you are not able to hear due to any reason. Then that is noise in receiver. You heard whatever I am telling, means you are present in the classroom physically, but you are not present mentally. So it means whatever I am transmitting, this is you are receiving, but you are not understanding. So that is the noise. Now, simply noise, whatever they are that interfere our transmitter, they are basically categorized in 3 categories. The noise, or the 3 categories are atmospheric noise, extraterrestrial noise, and industrial noise. The atmospheric noise means simply the noise due to lightning, due to thunderstorm, due to another solar system, all these things. So we can say these are our atmosphere. The noise due to atmosphere, due to change in atmosphere, these are called as atmosphere. Okay. Extraterrestrial noise, these are basically the noise that is radiation due to cosmic rays, due to solar change, due to solar system, whatever radiation is there. As here, if it is electronic system, then radiation system will affect. So that is extraterrestrial. However, the third one is industrial noise. This noise is due to heavy electric, we can say devices, due to heavy electric motor or other thing, due to spark. So whenever the noise generated due to industrial collaboration, then we can say this is a industrial noise. Now we come to our next system, that is related to analog communication system. So before starting to analog communications, first I will tell you that what is the electronic communication system. So electronic communication system, up to now we have discussed the basics of communication system, the interference of noise. Electronic communication system, what is there? Simple thing is that one, whenever in our these 5 blocks, if at any position, if at any block we are using any electronic component, then our communication becomes electronic communication. At any point, from information or source to destination, if at any point we are using any electronic component, any electronic devices, then our communication becomes electronic communication. For example, the simple example is that one, we are using a loudspeaker. So in loudspeaker, we have started with our information source. What is there? We are using a mic to transmit this one. Mic is an electronic device, so this becomes as an electronic communication system. Then come to the transmitter. In transmitter, we say like that one, here mic is a electronic system. Then transmitter means simply we can say this is a amplifier. So amplifier, it means, what do you mean by it is going to amplify? So loudspeaker, it means speak loudly. So for loud, what we will do? We have to amplify the signal. So here we are using a signal, a mic, that is a sensor type, that is electronic, that will generate a signal, and here at transmitter we have to use amplifier that will amplify it, then it will be transmitted through wires, then come to the receiver. Receiver is our loudspeaker phone. There is that signal, electrical signal will be converted into audio signal, and then at the destination it is produced through the speaker in loudly. So that is a simplest example of electronic communication system. Now, what is analog communication system? So analog communication system, basically we can say we have a communication systems are basically two types. One is, we can say our communication is analog, and the second one is, we can say it is digital. One is analog and the second one is digital. Analog means we can say it is a continuous. Analog, it is a continuous. So here it is a basic of analog communication system. It means it is a continuous communication system. So continuous communication system means what is there? Here we are transmitting. Here again we are using the 5 blocks. If you just see it, we are using only 5 blocks: information source, transmitter, medium, receiver, and destination. But as we are using in our electronic system, so we are somehow moderate it in the form of that one, so that we are inbuilt few information. For converting it in a electronic, we are doing some different operations. Here that analog communication, electronics communication system, we are transmitting. For that one, we are just simply using a transmitter. Medium is simply we can say it is a wired type. But analog communication system, here we are using the transmission wireless. We are using wireless transmission. So wireless transmission, it means the medium is not wire. Medium is again here. We are transmitting. So for that one, we have to make our signal in such a way so that we can transmit it wirelessly. For that one, we are using a technique that is called as modulator. Modulator. What is the modulator? Here this is a part of transmitter, and here we are transmitting the signal not directly, but for that one we are using one carrier so that the signal can be transmitted for a long distance. Let us assume if I move to that with a layman example, I wish to explain you how we can use here a carrier. So like that one, you are transmitting, we are going to transmit the information, and now our information is, let us assume we are using a letter. So how we transmit the letter? How we post this one? Information is available on the letter. We are able to send it. Then at that time we know that whatever information we have written, that is available on the letter, then we have to send it to the destination. So what are these parts there? What are these parts? Here we can say we have to transmit it. So for transmitter, it is required that we have to use a one transmitter. What is the transmitter? Means we have to send it by post, by courier, or by any other way. So for that one, what we will do, for here we are using it. Now how to transmit? So for that one, there is a requirement of carrier. What is here the carrier? The carrier is there. Whatever letter we have written, whatever message we have written, that message we have to transmit through our carrier, and here whatever message we have written, we will post it, we will put it in one envelope. So envelope, whenever we have put it on an envelope, then what is the envelope contains? If we can say whatever we have written, we just drop this on the envelope. So it means now what this modulator will do, it will take the envelope, and in that envelope it will put the information. So that is the purpose of our modulator. That is the purpose of our modulator. So it will receive it here. Now carrier, it means whatever students will say. Now how it will receive, how it will goes here, we will put the address of the destination on the envelope, and then post it through post office, through courier, or through any way we will put it, and then it will move to the receiver. Now how to receiver receive it? It moves from here and then check out that what is the address mentioned here. It reached at that address. If address is same, if both the address is same, it means it receives, it moves to its receiver location. But at the receiver location, we are not able, the receiver is not able to understand what the message or what the information in that. So for that one, what he will do? How it will get that? What is the information? Because information is inside the envelope. So at this stage, what it will do? It will receive the envelope. It will receive the envelope, then open it, open the receiver envelope, and take the message out. Then only he will able to receive the message. So what is there in carrier here? In modulator, what we will do? We are using mixing our information with the carrier that will carry the information. So here the carrier is envelope, we have covered it. After that, the receiver, there is a demodulator. So demodulator is just inverse process of the demodulator. Here we are putting message inside the carrier. Here we are taking the message from out from the carrier. So what for that one, we have opened the envelope and take the information, and then the message is completed. This is the general way as a layman how we are transmitting the information. But if we say in our electronic system, how we are transmitting this one? So for that one, we are transmitting it with the form of frequency. As we know that we are transmitting with the form of frequency. So it means the information source, it is also in a form of frequency, and our here we are going to mix at the modulator the carrier, we are going to mix it with the carrier, and the carrier is also in the form of frequency. So it means here we are mixing these together. So what we'll do, we will mix one frequency with another frequency. The one major thing you have to note down, that in that system we are using the carrier, frequency of carrier is very large as compared to the information source. Why we are using that, I will discuss you later, but the thing is that one, the frequency of carrier is too high as compared to the information source. How we can say information source? Because we are transmitting the audio signal, and we know for as a human being, our audio frequency lies between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So it means as a human being, if any information is transmitted within the frequency range of 20 to 20 kilohertz, then only we are able to listen. If the frequency, the signal is beyond this range, then we are not able to listen. So it means whatever transmitter the information is lies in this source, but carrier is too high frequency, maybe it is in megahertz, maybe it is in gigahertz or so on. Now it will be transmitted with a medium. Now medium is a channel, and here we can say we are using a antenna or we are using a satellite. So we are going to transmit it in that manner. Now how we can say that here we are transmitting it through our channel and then through our antenna, and then it comes to the receiver. Receiver will receive the information whatever we have transmitted with the help of our carrier, and then here there is a demodulation. In that demodulation, that carrier will be removed and we are segregate that whatever signal, whatever message signal we have transmitted, we will segregate. That is the part of our system. Now, what type of signal we will use for the transmission? So these are the basic signals that we are using. Signals, it is basically a different types of, like that one we can use a voltage signal, current signal, position, velocity, acceleration, different types of signals. We can use any signal to transmit the information. These are the ideal signals. Signals, as we have already read, that it is we can classify signals in different manner, like that one independent variables. We have a continuous, discrete, independent variables. So it means we can transmit the signal as a even signal, as a odd signal, periodic signal, non-periodic signal. So these are the basically different types of the signals that can be used. But if we say about our signal, then this is a type of signal whatever we are using. Here, before moving to this type of signal, here I am just explaining, I have explained you that analog means continuous, and the second part is the digital. So what is the digital? If I say what is the digital? So before going to the digital, what we will do, we have digital means first we are transmitting analog, means it is a continuous. Now from continuous we have to move the digital, but in between the continuous and digital there is another format, that is we can say discrete type of signal. So what is discrete type of signal? You already know that discrete means we are taking a samples. We are taking a samples. Continuous time signal, this is the representation of continuous time signal, means at any time interval, t, we can get the value. We can get any value at any time of interval t. This is continuous. Discrete means here in that case we are taking a sample t1 plus delta t. It means at every time interval delta t we will take a sample. That samples, it represents that what is its maximum value. So that is the representation of our discrete time signal. You have already read in your signal systems that how to convert from continuous to discrete type of signal. So if we say that properties of the signals, we have a signal have even property and the signals also odd property. How we can say even and odd property? Even property is simple way, as we have you people know that even means if your original signal xt is equal to x of minus t for all t. If this value satisfy, then we can say this is a even signal. This is in form of continuous. If it is in the form of discrete, then xn must be equal to x of minus n. This is in the form of discrete. Here it is representing, here we can say this one is 0, this one is minus t, this one is minus t, and this one is plus t. It means whatever, if we take, this is a mirror, so in that particular mirror, what is in the left side, the mirror image in the right side, then that signal is even signal. You can check it. Whatever the property of signal in in minus t side, the same property in plus t side, or vice versa. However, the another signal is our odd signal. In odd signal, what is there? The difference represent here. Xt is equal to minus of x minus t. Means, or we can say xn is minus of x of minus n. Means, this here, it is not a that mirror image, but it is a reverse mirror image. Reverse mirror image means what is there? What you found here? The mirror image is generated, but it is in reverse format. Here it is a minus negative. Here it is plus. So this is a reverse. So and that type of signal is odd signal. Now, this is a periodic signal. We know if it is repeating after a certain interval, the same signal is repeated for that particular period of time, then we can say this is a periodic signal. If it is not repeating, then this is a non-periodic signal. Like that one, our sine function, our cosine function, these are the periodic. But these type of signals, or simply we can say these are ideal signals. But whatever signal we are using in actual communication, those are not a ideal signal. Those are not a periodic, not a even, not a odd, not these type of signals. Those signals are, we can say, real time signals, and they are not repeated. Like that one, sometimes we are listening, like that one, we are listening a song, sometimes we found there is a loud music, then there is a very silent music. Then we found that there is a silence. So it means the volume, the amplitude of signal is changing. So that type of signal is called as a real signal. It means we are not able to take the sample of these signals and take it and tell it that this signal will be going to repeat it. And whether we are using real signals, we are using real signal in our radio systems, either it is AM radio, FM radio, we are using in our cable TV, audio signals, video signals, then Ethernet signal, telephone signal, etc. These signals are real time of signals. Now, how can we can say these signals are visualized? So, if we say that how the signals are going to be visualized, I will tell you that how the signals are going to be visualized. Just a minute. Yeah. So, here we can say that our signal, here we observe that the signal is in different manner. Here the signal is going to in different manner, means we can't say, here we found that signal is in different value. We can't say that it is a even signal, it is odd signal, or it is periodic signal. No. In that time, means if we take this is our cis, then that signal may be like this, maybe it's like this. If this type of signal is there, then this we can say this is a which type? Real time signal. So real time signal, it means we have to take sample for each and every time signal, and then that signal will be modulated and transmitted. Simple way, here the representation of discrete signal of this particular continuous signal, it means we have taken the sample with the time interval of delta t, and the sample value give the our which type of signal? It is a simply discrete type of signals. Now we have a transmission medium. So transmission medium means here the signal is going to be transmitted. So for that one we are using a different types of channels. So whatever, like which type of channels we are using? We are using twisted pair. Twisted pair, it means, I think you all know that what is here. It is mentioned that different types of cables. Here I am mentioning that wired or different types of cable, types of medium. Twisted pair, you observe that there is a telephone cable that are twisted, that are overlapped to each other, like that one, like a rope. Then that type of cable is called as twisted pair. The coaxial cable, this one is used for which purpose? For higher bandwidth communication than twisted pair. So earlier days there is a twisted pair, then they are using a coaxial cable. In coaxial cable you found again there is a one main cable and the surrounding the another cable. These are the coaxial cable, and because that coaxial cable are able to transmit the higher bandwidth, so they that twisted pair will burst out and the coaxial cable they are going to be used. Now after that there is a fiber optic. Fiber optic, I think you all that right now you are able to, and that you have heard about the fiber optic. Fiber optic is basically, it is a one type of cable in which the signal is, it is made of fiber, and optics means signal, it is transmitting in the form of light. So that is optics. So this is a fiber optic. What is the advantage of fiber optic? The data transmitted through pulses or light, and it is extremely fast. Nowadays, if we can say in our telephone exchange, or if we can say in your home, whenever we are using a data connection or something, then you are observed they are connected with a fiber cable. So that is the advantage of fiber optic, means the speed is too fast. And the another transmission is through a non-cable methods, like that one with a satellite, microwave, wireless, Bluetooth, etc. We are transmitting with that particular system. This is related to our communication system. Now, if we are transmitting, then these are the few parameters by which we can calculate the what is the requirement, bandwidth requirement, what is the requirement that speed that will be calculated with bits per second. You people checking it that whenever we are using our mobile phone internet, then we are just checking that what is the speed. It may be in kbps, maybe in mbps or something. So that is means mbps means megabits per second. mbps. So based on that one, it represents that the measure transmission, it is the number of bits 0 or 1 which can be transmitted in 1 second. So 1 bit per second means one information, maybe 0 or 1. kbps means 1000, 10 to power 3, 1000 transmission, 1024 in the term of our this transmission system. Now the baud rate, it means it rate that how fast a change of state occurs, means 0101, whenever signal is transmitted, how fast it is going to be transmitted. That is depends on the baud rate. This comes. Now why, as I told you that modulation, why we are using a modulation? So modulation, it is required as we are transmitting the information with the help of satellite, and in every satellite there is a requirement of antenna, and whenever we will discuss then for requirement of antenna, it is there, these are the basic things that antenna required for long distance communication, as well as whenever we are going to transmit the signal, then antenna height should be in order of wavelength. So now what is there? Audio signal, as we know, it is of 20 to 20 kilohertz. and the wavelength, we know that what is the wavelength of our signal. How we know the wavelength? We have already read. So wavelength, it means it is represented by lambda c by f. What is c and f? F is your frequency, and what is here? C means what we can say, this is light, speed of light. So how we can transmit? And height, what is the height of antenna is lambda by 4. So lambda by 4, it means it depends, that height is depends on the wavelength. Height is depends on the wavelength. So it means what is there? We can't change this one. This is fixed. We can't change. This is fixed. We can change only the f. So if we are using 20 to 20 kilohertz, what is our original audio in frequency? For that one, we can say the lambda is very high. Lambda is very greater than this. Means that one, if we can say 3 into 10 raised to power 8, and here we have used only 20, then it means lambda is somehow in kilometer. How we can reduce? If lambda is in kilometer, then height is also the part of lambda by 4. If it is, if we can say lambda, here if we found lambda is 30 or 3000 kilometer, then it means here the height of the antenna is 3000 by 4. Means more than, how we can say, more than 700 or 600 kilometer. So it is not possible. For that one, we can control the height of antenna with this wavelength. So for that one, we are using a modulation, and in modulation I told you that we are including the carrier, and carrier we are using high frequency of gigahertz. So it means if f is we can say it is of the range of 10 to the power 6, then it means this lambda is going to be decreased, and whenever lambda is decreases, then our height is also going to be decreases. With that particular formula, nowadays we are using a micro strip antenna. It means the size of the antenna is in a form of few millimeter, that is inbuilt in our mobile phone. That is possible only with modulation. So here we can say that this is the main need of modulation. Okay. So all up to now we have discussed that basics of communication, how to proceed for simple communication to our analog and electronic communication, and what are the need of modulation. So today is all about for this lecture.